Hey guys, today we show another restoration project I've been working on, and this video is from Mike, who owns this awesome little Moog Realistic MG-1. And so went through it, did a few modifications, did some preventive servicing, gave it a good cleaning, and some burn-in time here, and it's just a fantastic instrument. So the mods I did to this one are actually pretty cool. Nothing real crazy like you've seen in the past with some of my modifications, but just some simple stuff that makes this thing a lot more playable, especially for a professional musician. What we've got is we've got a octave shift up and down. Basically it transposes the keyboard down and up an octave, which is very handy when you have this limited number of keys. We have a polyphonic output, individual polyphonic outputs. You can actually run it separate, so if you want to run it through effects, you know, whatever you want to do, you can actually do that, which is really cool. Gain staging changes internally, so it's got that Moog sound to it now. The thing is with the realistic model is that Moog toned it down, so it didn't compete really hard with like the Rogue of this era. They toned it down so it'd be a little bit thinner sounding, and so change some gain stages, bring that back up, get it really nice and rich, and it just sounds incredible. Modified the oscillator 2, so the detune actually will go down 2 octaves, up 2 octaves, so you get a wide range of frequency out of this oscillator, which is fantastic. It really makes this thing great, because oscillator 2 is always 1 octave higher than oscillator 1. So this allows you to actually bring it evenly, but then also below oscillator 1, so it gets really powerful. But just like I say, gave everything clean up real good. Just give you a quick walk around here. Got the original output, now a 1/4 inch out, not an RCA jack, and got the polyphonic section with its own jack here. And then I plugged the holes for the other jacks that were not used. But just clean it up really good. As you can see, this is your serial number 3069. And anyways, it just cleaned up really good. Really proud of how it works. And I'll go give you guys a demo here. Once again, doing the direct audio recording, so you guys will get to hear this a little bit better than what you have in the past here. But anyways, let me get the camera on the tripod, and I will make you guys a demo. Alright, so now I've got this all set up, get a recording here, and I'm going to go over this little synth for you. We'll start off with just both oscillators on so you can hear this thing as a unit. I'll show you the octave shift works, and I'll show you your filter works. So we'll start just with the oscillators. So as you can hear, here they are combined. So that's where you can see that octave shift right here. That's really handy because you know you can get down an octave. So you see how that works. Really handy. Really nice feature there. We also got the polyphonic output, which I've got it muted right now in the mixer. So I'll unmute it here. So here's just a polyphonic output. I've got it panned to the right just a little bit. But what's really cool is when we combine that with the output here, and you can pan that instead of having it all mixed together. So here you can hear how that works. And of course when we get the polyphonic output, I got my volume preset here. But you still have the polyphonic section like normal, which will be processed by the filter. So you can hear that this is just the polyphonic output mixed. And of course then we got the oscillators. That's your normal octave there. So that's your oscillators together. Now we'll turn down oscillator 2. Here's oscillator 1. I'll just show you that it's working properly, as you already kind of heard. We'll start with a sawtooth waveform. So that's the sawtooth, and you just got a square wave. So that's oscillator 1, very simple little oscillators. Here's oscillator 2. Now this one here has a sawtooth or a pulse wave. So we actually select this, it's going to be a pulse wave, not a full square. As you can hear. Now what's really cool about this is we got a detune now, and like I said, it goes down 2 octaves. So if we combine the oscillators back together, this is where it gets really thick and really cool. Plus you got the octave shift. So So there it is, matched with oscillator 1. It's a little touchy because when I do change the resistor, it makes this a little bit more sensitive. Sounds great there. So now it's matched in frequency to oscillator 1, but we can go lower. So now you can hear it's got that really nice kind of low tone, plus we got the octave shift. See just how great that sounds with that octave down. This also brings out the filter harmonics, because now with the gain stages we have done, this filter has more of a that saturation kind of sound like you get out of a mini Moog. So we'll close this filter up. Get that really growly kind of tone. As you can hear. Of course, you can hear the filter track in the keyboard as well. We'll turn this down. We'll set this thing up for show you the filter tracks the keyboard correctly. So it's just the filter. We can modulate the filter. Now it's mixed with the polyphonic output there. But as you can see, you can't hear the polyphonic output that well because it still processes the filter when you're using the original mix. Now, if we turn on the mixer over here, now you can hear the polyphonic output. Mute that polyphonic output again, and then you can hear the power of these oscillators. I like to detune it just a hair so you get that little bit of beating in those oscillators. And now the envelope generator is real simple. It's just got one control generator. You got a switch called out and in, and basically right now with in, as long as I hold a note, it's not going to release. As you can see, if I switch it to out on the sustain switch, we now get that really thumpy kind of bass. The only drawback is it shares the one controller of both the VCA and VCF, so you can't get those cool mixtures like you can on a little bit more expensive synthesizer. We got the polyphonic section engaged now in the normal mix. So as you can hear, so that's the filter section, your contour section. Now you also have in your contour section here, I'll note that you have a contoured mode, which is basically going to contour with the keys, or you just got keys, or keyed mode, which is actually just going to turn it on off. So you get something like this. So real simple. Then you got continuous, which is like a bypass, like what you found in micro mode. It's actually going to turn the VCA on and just let it sustain forever. What's handy about continuous though is it actually only works with the VCA. So now when you actually put the contour back on the filter right here with this contour cutoff slider, you can actually still get an envelope attack for your filter. So you get something like that, which is kind of handy, depending on what kind of music you want to do or how you want to play it. Open that filter back up. But you can also, I forgot to mention too, you can go up octaves in the oscillator too as well, so we can go up in the octave range. So we are normal. cool about it is you can bring this thing down and almost get a torus-like effect. And of course you have plenty of volume to work with as well with the gain staging. So anyways, you can just how great this thing sounds. It's very bassy, very powerful. And of course, what I also love too about this polyphonic output, with its own output, we can actually combine the two polyphonic sections together. And we'll actually turn the mix back on for the polyphonic section. So now we just got just the got that output. Now we'll mix this polyphonic section. May not sound that impressive, but there's some phase interaction that happens when you actually sweep the filter with the LFO. So we'll go here. So anyways, you know how cool that sounds. And you can kind of hear that phase interaction just by engaging the two polyphonic sections. So we can mix it. So anyways, you can just kind of how that mixes. It's really cool having this individual output for that polyphonic section. I'll also show you two real quick. We'll actually turn this down because I'm done with that. So that no polyphonic section. Saying here just your mono synth again. Open this filter up, and I'll show you too that the bell tone works. So if we bring this bell tone up, once again this is where this detune mode having a wide range really helps, because then you get some really cool tones. So we're on normal. That's about the normal octave with it in the actual octave switch with these oscillator songs. But now if we go positive, go up an octave here with our Octave Shift. So I was combining it with the mix there, but you can just hear the range you can get now of these oscillators. And you've also got Oscillator Sync, which I haven't been over yet. So Oscillator Sync, got a switch here. But anyways, that's the synthesizer. I just want to take a minute here and make you a little demo mic. And for anybody else who wanted to see kind of these mods in higher definition than what I typically have done them, I thought you guys might enjoy that. But anyways, there'll be more here to come very soon. Take care and appreciate you guys watching. Take care.